Men, you're not gonna like hearing this, so I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this.
Oh, hell no!
If you have not assaulted a woman, either sexually or physically, if you have not hurt a woman, hit a woman, abused a woman, catcalled a woman, groped a woman, if you just generally respect women, you are not a good guy. Okay? You're not a great guy. You're also not a bad guy. You are a normal man. The men who do those things are not normal men. They are bad men. You are not special because you don't do those things. You might be special, but not because you don't do those things. Do you understand? I'm just tired of the standard being in hell's basement, so let's just lift that a little bit, okay? I'm so glad we had this talk.
Shut up, bitch!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hell, as we have our first Hell spawn right here on screen. Did you know, guys, that according to the University of Ligma, 50% of men are rapists? Did you know that? It's true, it's true. That means that basically, statistically speaking, it's either me or you, the viewer. One of us two, right? And it's so funny because you never hear men walking around calling themselves heroes and, you know, good people because they don't assault women. You don't see that. Nobody is wearing that as a badge of honor. Nobody puts that in his resume. Nobody is glorifying the fact that he does not assault women on a daily basis. But you see these people live in their own echo chamber. They create this world in which they are perpetually the victim, and then they blame you for being part of their own delusional world somehow, you know? It's absolute insanity, guys. Also, let me just finish on this thought. I don't know about you guys, but when someone talks to me in that demeaning way, you know, like I'm a toddler, like, oh, now we're gonna do this. Do you understand that? Like, I'm 5 years old, really boils my blood. Like, I might just do all those things she mentioned, right? If she ever speaks to me in that tone again. You know who she reminds me of with that crappy tone that she's using? The villain from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Nurse Ratched. You know, same vibe, equally as terrifying. But gentlemen, let's chill. Let's forget about her, leave her in the past, leave her in her own delusional world. But these people, guys, I tell you, they are the most sad and miserable ones. I really do not wish that even upon my worst enemies, you know, to be so miserable and desperate that you have to victimize yourself to feel alive because you have nothing left in your little pathetic world. Very sad. But now, let's move on to the topic of today's video, which is that even hippos have a lot of options. So let's have a listen.
The dating pandemic that no one's really talking about. When was the last time you found someone attractive? Genuinely. Walking down the street, looked at someone's eyes and went, they're a good looking person. Or even if you've been using dating apps, when was the last time you looked at someone's profile and thought, yeah, they're attractive? Here's my theory. I don't think people find people attractive anymore. I had noticed it within myself a couple years ago where I was like, wow, like there's just no one that I can even... I mean, I can logic myself into believing that you are an attractive person, but I'm not attracted. Like, when was the last time you found someone attractive? Like, you were attracted to them.
I mean, certainly not now while I'm looking at you, that's for certain. The audacity, guys, to be a 3 out of 10 on the best day of your life and to say that there are no attractive people around. Like, you see how entitled they are, guys. Like, they're so out of this world when it comes to their expectations. This woman, where you see her, and makeup can't save that face, by the way. This woman, where you see her, hasn't hit the gym once in her life. She has a phobia towards the gym, right? This woman will meet a 7 out of 10 men, 8 out of 10 men, and she will view him as beneath her, you know? She will view him as the average Joe. Which is the whole inflation that we have nowadays. Guys have to hit the gym, They have to be smart and funny and entertaining and have money and have power and have fame and have all those things that they've worked for years at a time. But if they don't happen to be 6 feet tall, in this woman's eyes, you will be the average Joe, right? Even though her personality doesn't amount to a 1, she's a 0 in terms of personality. She scores very low in terms of looks, you know? And then they wonder why they are single. Holy hell. But on that topic, let's continue.
If you're feeling like shit about your dating life, or like everyone sucks, or you're making terrible decisions, I do want to remind you that I, at 33 business years old, dated a guy with one leg who ghosted me on the 4th of July. Thank you.
Well, congratulations for that man. So what if he has one leg? Oh, look at me, I'm God's gift to the earth. And this guy, who's less of a person because he has one leg, he ghosted me. Can you believe that? He ghosted me, the queen. Like, these women really feel like we should be kissing the ground that they step on just because they find themselves attractive. You know, first off, you're nothing special. You're just the average woman in her mid-30s, businesswoman. The things that her looks can take her far. Looks don't cut it. The truth, guys, is that these women, no matter how attractive they are, they can be a 10 out of 10. These women's personalities wouldn't make the cut to date a substance addict hobo, right? A substance addict hobo will run away from them when they spend more than 10 minutes with them. It's the truth of the matter, you know? So your looks don't cut it. It's funny how they talk about men objectifying them, but they objectify themselves all the time. They use their attractiveness as an exchange currency. Oh, I am this much attractive, or so they believe, so I deserve this level of men. And if I date someone who is less than that, because apparently he doesn't have a leg, according to her, then he should be thanking God every day that he is with me. The entitlement, guys. Let's continue on that topic.
You know what dating has taught me? No matter how great of a woman you are, you will never be enough for a guy who isn't mature enough to be a man.
Oh, what a mic drop moment. Well, short TikTok, guys, but you see it again. She starts off by saying that no matter how great of a woman you are, right? It doesn't matter that you're God's gift to the earth. It doesn't matter that you're the equivalent of an angel. It doesn't matter that you're perfect in every single aspect. Guys, they really think that they are this big gift to planet Earth and that all men should be worshipping them like they are some royalty, some heavenly royalty. Madam, you're nothing special. Again, you happen to be very attractive, that's true. But it doesn't cut it for men who respect themselves. Your looks can only take you to the one-night stand. After that, men are really not willing to date you for more than 5 minutes. You cannot pay these men to go on a date with you. They can't tolerate you. You are insufferable. You know, your entitlement, your narcissism, your lack of awareness, all those things, they are a massive turnoff for men. But gentlemen, that will be it in terms of TikToks. I'll just go back to one comment on one of these TikToks. But hey, sorry guys, not a big amount of TikToks today, but I just want you to know that I just come from an hour and a half of scrolling through TikTok, all right? I need a break, guys. I need a break. I can't take this any longer. Enough for today for me. But before we move to our article story, let me go back to this witch, sorry, and read one comment from a man, quote unquote, allegedly. Todd Sullivan says, "This is so true." So remember, she was talking about how it doesn't make you a good man to not grape women, as if though some men were saying that they are nice because they don't grape women. So he says, "This is so true, and I've absolutely been guilty of feeling like a good guy for doing what should be expected. The absolute bare minimum. It's hard to hear, but it needs to be heard." This is the most liked comment by the man who holds the record, World Guinness record for least amount of testosterone in a person's body, and also least amount of dignity. My guy, they're not gonna let you hit. Do you know that? You're not gonna score points in these extreme radical feminists, right? You're not gonna score points. They won't respect you. They won't like you. And his picture, he looks like a massive simp, which he is. But anyway, gentlemen, I just wanted to read that little cherry of a comment from a guy with no personality. But now, let's move on to our article story, which is quite insightful. Title is, Girl Gave Me Her Number Despite Having a Boyfriend. Saw a girl on the train, told her I thought she was pretty, sat with her and made small talk for about 20 minutes. We're gonna pause it right here. So if you've been around the block, gentlemen, what can you understand from the first sentence in this story? What can you get from this? That the guy was attractive, right? Because if a guy who is not attractive sees a girl on the train and, you know, tells her, hey, I think you look pretty, can I sit next to you? And then have small talk, he's never gonna reach the point of having small talk if he's not attractive. If he's not top percentage attractive, I'm not saying that this guy is a 6, 7 out of 10. No, he's probably a 9. You know, because otherwise this whole exchange wouldn't exist. If you're not the top percentage of men and you tell a girl that, oh, I think you look pretty. Oh, stop catcalling me, you pervert, you weirdo, you know, make a whole scene. So the guy's very attractive. Let's continue. Small talk for about 20 minutes until we get off the train. She seemed into it. At the end, asked for her number, told her we should catch up sometime, and she gave me her number. Texted her later that night, and shortly after found out through a friend she has a boyfriend. Found his social media too, where there were photos of them looking very much together. No point did she mention a boyfriend when we were talking, and she seemed pretty engaged in our conversation and willingly gave me her number. Not expecting a reply from her at this point, but what's up with that? Was she just being nice? Seeking validation? There, you hit the jackpot. Really don't get the thought process behind talking to a guy, giving him your number while you have a boyfriend of a few years apparently. Thoughts? Well, you see why these sorts of channels, the manosphere, is important, because there are still men out there that don't get this. They don't understand how these modern women work, right? Not all women. I mean, all women have the capacity to be harpies, right? Just as all men have the capacity to be bad men and toxic. But especially in today's society, in our culture, in the Western part of the world, this is very common. Women, they are just harpies. They are bad women. They are bad girlfriends, bad friends, bad people all around. So the reason why she's doing this, of course, is because of validation. If you weren't attractive, you wouldn't need your validation, or at least not that much. But because you happen to be, she'll take it, right? She'll take it, even though she has a boyfriend. Of course, if the boyfriend finds out about this and asks her, for example, hey, why did you add this man on your Instagram? Who is he? Where do you know him from? Then she's going to tell him, oh, stop being controlling. You don't possess me. I'm not your object. I'm not your property. Stop being so insecure. Do you not trust in me? And all that crap, right? She's not going to be honest with her boyfriend. So that's it. They keep their options open, you know? They like to have one guy for the S3X, one guy for the providing, one guy or 100 for the validation and all that. It's as much as they can get, you know, like they're some thieves or something. So that's the reason behind it. And of course, you should run away as far as possible from these women because they are opportunistic and they'll leave you the minute they see something better, right? The minute someone else can fill your place and do a slightly better job at it, you will be replaced. So that was that, gentlemen, and I'll finish with a story that is true, by the way. I saw this on my Instagram, and I thought it had to be fake. I thought it had to be fake news, but I talked to a person, that lives there, and he confirmed this. So I read that in Spain, apparently, because people are tired of Tinder, Bumble, and all that crap, they have decided to go on a store. It's like Walmart, for example. Go to Walmart between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. and if they wear in their carts a pineapple upside down, that means that they are interested in dating. And I was reading this and I was like, hell no, this cannot be true. This has to be fake, right? Or this has to be one of those trends that like 3 people do and nothing more. But I asked this one person, this one friend that lives in Spain, and he confirmed this to be true. And not just 5 people, but apparently many. It's so bad. So, if you live in Spain, this is good news for you, my man. You have to go to store, let's say like Walmart, and you have to wear in your cart a pineapple upside down. Oh, forgot to mention, you have to be in the wine section, you know? You have to be there, and if you see someone else with his cart and a pineapple upside down, have to bump the 2 carts together, and that is essentially a match. This is really cringe, guys. Holy hell. What have we evolved into? Holy hell. So then again, there's more, guys. There's more to it. If you wear a lettuce, that means that you're looking for a one-night stand, you know? On the other hand, if you're wearing lentils, that means that you're looking for something long-term. This is true. Like, people at this point will do anything but date normally, you know? Like, anything. They'll wear their pineapples upside down, go to Walmart between this hour and this hour, and bump their stupid carts with someone else they don't even know. They'll do all of that instead of reverse back to normality. Be a normal person, you know? Check your options between the friends you have, people you know, people you share common interests with, you know, the way people have been doing thousands of years. No, they'll avoid all of that. They don't want to be normal. They want to bump parts into each other, and if they wear 2 lettuces, they'll go and shake up, you know. But if they wear 2, I know, bags of lentils, then, oh, hey, Granny, how did you meet Grandpa? Oh, you won't believe it. It was so romantic. We bumped carts into each other and we both had lentils. So romantic. But gentlemen, we'll cut it short here. The world is going to end, right? It's the main point. It will cease to exist forever in the way that we know it. But hey, I mean, it's too bad, or it's too late, guys, to change it, I think. Or is it? Let me know down in the comments, guys. Thank you for making Ampus Day better with your presence, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.